The city of Denver says its layoffs are over. So now we turn to assessing the damage done to city departments and to the services provided to citizens and visitors. Our Mark Salinger spoke with the mayor.
It's been a tough week for the city of Denver. 169 layoffs, more than 650 open positions eliminated. Now we're beginning to understand the impact.
Instead of continuing to try to do more and more with less, let's do less and do it better.
Mayor Mike Johnston says the positions impact people across most city agencies, though there are no layoffs in the public safety department, including police, fire, and sheriff. The Department of Transportation and Infrastructure saw the most layoffs, with 31, while small departments saw larger impacts. For example, the Department of Children's Affairs saw 12 jobs eliminated. That's more than a third of the entire office.
The reason why we were able to keep the layoffs as low as we did at about 170 is because we took steps the last 12 to 18 months to reduce the number of new hires we brought on.
The mayor says a hiring freeze implemented by the city earlier this year stopped around 300 or 400 open positions from being filled. That means the city ended up laying off fewer people. But the job cuts were strategic, protecting initiatives the city is focused on implementing.
We made reductions in Department of Transportation and Infrastructure, which is DOTI. We were mindful to not reduce the people we're going to need to implement the bond and deliver those projects. The people will need to implement the downtown Denver investments and make those projects successful.
The mayor's signature homelessness initiative was not immune.
We'll make cuts to our services around homelessness and housing. We'll try to protect the core services there, but we will certainly need to reduce what we were spending there.
The city says there will also be no cuts to public services, including trash collection and the operation of things like parks and rec centers.
Several employees who were laid off have alleged that they were fired for speaking out about the mayor and that they lost their jobs out of retaliation by the city. The mayor's office denies those claims and calls the allegations irresponsible and factually false. We're waiting to see if any of those employees outline their claims in lawsuits against the city, Kyle.
Yeah, if folks can actually put forward evidence of those claims. Okay, so back to the layoffs and where we are in the timing. They say the layoffs are over, but obviously there's a looming funding threat where President Trump is saying he wants to pull funding out of Denver.
And they're still about $100 million short when you look at the $250 million budget deficit over the next 2 years. The mayor says that they have now balanced the budget so they won't have any more layoffs at least through 2026. However, Trump administration has, of course, threatened federal funding for cities like Denver. The mayor says if they pull federal funding, that's where you start to see services cut as opposed to layoffs.
All right, Mark Salinger, thank you.